Hey Rishi, so I got a question that I'm my background when I started working in marketing, my background actually was in the media buy. I was working for an agency, and my role was to buy ads on Facebook, buy ads on Google, and so on. So I have a little bit of experience. I haven't practiced that part of marketing in a while, but I have a question related to acquisition, which is the holy grail, right or wrong. This is not the topic of the discussion, but acquisition is the holy grail of any e-com brand, right? What is your thought of the continue increase of ad cost because of like Facebook, especially after all these changes with iOS and so on, and Google, and how are you seeing that affecting, the CRO industry?
I mean, hey, I don't know about the industry, but I think it's going to have a real big impact on conversion optimization. Uh, for I think it would have a big impact because I've had conversations with clients 5 years ago where they would say that, we signed up an influence marketer for us for our brand and we spent, I don't know, $10,000 and she got like 200,000 people that came to our product page. And I said, what is the conversion rate? They're like, well, we converted like 0.5% of it, but, you know, we made money doing it. Now, the thing is that two things are happening. Number one is, you know, even with influencer marketing, consumers are becoming more sophisticated. And so they realize that, wait a minute, there is some compensation over here. 5 years ago, when Kylie Jenner would say, this product's amazing, people just thought, oh, she loves this product. Now we understand that, wait a minute, there's actually, so I think that has changed the intent of the buyer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the same analogy is true for Facebook ads. I think, or advertising in general. I think Facebook ads historically were such an inexpensive medium. Well, when the medium is very inexpensive, then conversion rates aren't really a pain point because you can get people for pennies. And even if the conversion rate is 1%, it's fine. But suddenly, when those costs go up by 20%, it changes your economics. And
Yeah.
so, to me, that's where we are at right now. And I actually feel the brands don't realize this. This is the ultimate blessing for brands. It's like doing sales when you're in a room full of people that have a problem versus doing sales in a room full of people that don't want to spend. You actually end up being a better salesperson
I
because you are
agree.
learning through that resistance. So to me, um, I think this is going to create a whole new crop of marketers. And I actually feel, don't want to be controversial, but a lot of the marketers that really grew over the last 5 years because they figured out the arbitrage with advertising are actually going to have a hard time now because they'll realize that it's not just about bringing people to the website. It's about actually persuading them and actually understanding, like something you talk about, understanding what their unarticulated needs are and their anxieties are and addressing those anxieties. So I think this is a very exciting time for conversion optimization. And I think copywriting is going to play a big role. So yeah.
Yeah, and the way I think about this is like I actually remember a few years ago. I don't think there's a way for me to find that video or that study. I remember watching a video about a study about the average cost per acquisition for VC backed businesses versus bootstrapped businesses. That study was very, very interesting because VC backed businesses had a much higher cost per acquisition versus bootstrap businesses. And one of the explanation of that study was because if you're VC backed business, you just get like comfortable, right? Like you care less about cost of acquisition because money will keep on coming in. You got millions in the bank. While if you're a bootstrap business, you have to count every single cent because it's your own money. Like you're either spending money for the business or for bringing food on the table for your son and daughter, right? So I think it's gonna be interesting um to see that shift from being comfortable because I got VC money in my house, right? and I don't have to develop like crazy amount of creativity and understanding too much, because I just press a button. I go on Facebook ads, look at all the other Facebook ads library and copy what everybody does, right? Um, while I think the future is going to be okay, like I need to figure out who my customers are. I need to be a little bit more creative than copying everybody else. And as you said, like, copywriting, persuasion, leveraging the motivation of people, I think would play a huge role.
Absolutely. And I want to just add here something for the people who've discovered this video. Um, you probably were doing some search related to increasing ad costs. I want to tell you about the two people that you're seeing on your screen. So the person on my left is Lorenzo. He has spent a decade thinking about marketing, doing experimentation. He's a classic CRO experimentation guy. But what's really unique about Lorenzo is that he's really focused on user research. He wants to, he's the most curious person I know. And so he will spend like 5 hours on a weekend reading reviews on Amazon to understand why did someone buy that product, or what kind of anxieties do they have. So, and I am a classic copywriter, and I'm focused on buyer psychology copywriting. Now, the reason I'm sharing all of this is that we had this video is one in 5,000 videos that we're going to be creating. And all of those videos, many of which we've already created, we probably have like 100, 200 videos already out there, but we're going to continue creating. Lorenzo and I have a pact that we're going to continue creating this kind of content for the next 5 years. We are not interested in monetization. We have plenty of money on our own. We just want to create cornerstone content around a few topics: buyer psychology, conversion optimization, copywriting, user research, reviews mining. So these are the things that you're thinking about, and these are the things that affect your business. I would very much recommend you check out our other videos, but most importantly, subscribe to our channel, because every single day, Lorenzo, am I correct? Every day we're going to be publishing, and we have been publishing for the last, couple of
I
6 months.
text you about this today. I was like, I want to publish every single freaking day, no matter what. I said, remember what analogy I used?
No.
The
Oh, yeah, yeah.
toothbrush?
The muscle, right?
No, the toothbrush. Like,
Oh, yes.
people,
Brushing
you
every day.
brush your teeth every single day, will publish content every single day as
And
well.
Lorenzo and I actually work with some very large DTC brands. So we're not actually coming up with ideas that we're just thinking about from a small agency perspective. Lorenzo has worked with the biggest CRO agency in the world. And I've running my own practice for 13 years. We are hyper specialized in this. And again, I think we'll make an offer to anyone watching this video. If you watch our video series and you conclude that all of those ideas we're talking about are things you've already optimized, you send me a comment, I will send you $100. So that's what I can offer. But do subscribe. I think you'll get a ton of value. And I think we're going to directly impact your revenue, which is what this whole channel is about. So take care.
Ciao.